Hi guys, it's Gregor here from Greg's Court, and I have two extremely interesting themes to talk about with you. Of course, your place to talk is down in the comments. It's all about the NBA. You know, the NBA season just started. A couple of great performances, especially from Luka, Wembanyama. Of course, the Wembanyama team, San Antonio Spurs, won that game against Dallas. Unfortunately, my Luka with the LA Lakers wasn't successful at the very first game. But anyway, still a long season to go. Let's take the thing I want to talk about with you now. Let's take 5 best players in the world right now in the NBA right this moment. In my opinion, that could be number 5. Jokic.
Over to Watson. Watson looking to feed it to Jokic. It's Barnes on Jokic. Look at the pass.
Giannis. Let's predict Wembanyama is at the 5 also, because the last performance was just incredible. Not based on one performance, but based on what we can expect from Wembanyama, right? Okay. Jokic, Giannis, Wembanyama, Shai, Gilgeous, and Alexander. Of course, he's Canadian. He's not American. He's Canadian. And Luka Doncic. That's 5 players, international, none of this from States. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Who's the best American player right now? Is it Jaylen Brown? Is it Jason Tatum? Is it LeBron James? Is it Anthony Edwards? I'm not sure, but neither of those 3 or 4 that I mentioned, I wouldn't count into my top 5. I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. Would you? Make sure to comment down below, and if you're new here or if you like that kind of analysis, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's the first. And the second one, as I said before, the NBA season just started. And a second thing, I have to go to the scores. The very first night, only 2 games were played. OKC versus Houston and Los Angeles Lakers versus Golden State Warriors. First game, 125 to 124. The second game, 119 to 109. And let's go to today's games. There were a bunch of games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. The results, 136 to 117. 128 to 122. And so on and so on. And then just one game. San Antonio Spurs versus the Dallas Mavericks. 125 against 92. The Dallas Mavericks are the only team that couldn't score 100 points. All the teams that stepped into the floor scored 100 points or more. Not even one less beside the Dallas Mavericks. What the hell happened with the NBA defenses? It's all about offense or what? I will just take the Milwaukee Bucks team right now, the game versus the Washington Wizards, the very first quarter, 40 against 23. Yeah, that's right, 40. Utah Jazz scored 43 points in the first quarter. Okay, let's take a look. Orlando Magic versus the Miami Heat, the very first quarter. This is incredible. 38 versus 39. The final result, 125 to 121. I mean, what the heck is going on? Charlotte Hornets They won against the Brooklyn Nets, 136 to 117. The very first half of the Charlotte, they scored 77 points. This is too much. I personally don't like that kind of basketball. I like good defense also. You know, the basketball is playing at both ends, defense and offense. I grew up with the 90s Bulls. I grew up with a great defense. I grew up with scores in the NBA that were common in between 19 and 80 points per game. The best scorer, Jordan, scored 30, 35 points, and the second best player scored like 20, 25 maybe, tops. But other things, we talk about how great defense was back in the 90s, maybe even back in the 2000s. But after that, all about three-pointers, right? All about run and gun, all about finishing. At the other hand, in a 10 or 15 seconds. Personally, I just don't think this is going into the right direction. I'm just a fan. Of course, if you're rooting for your team and your team scores 140 points, of course you're going to be satisfied. But if not, if your team is not in the case to win the game, and you're willing to allow the opponent to score on you 140 points, I mean, this is going to be devastating, right? But really, I don't know. Anyway, just for a moment to move back to my first team. I'm from Slovenia, of course. I'm from Central Europe. I do like what I can see right now from international players. I do like seeing best scorers, best rebounders, best passers from Jokic, from Wemby, from Luka, from Giannis. Not that much from Shai. He's a bit too cocky for me. But yeah, the basketball became international sport many years ago. Right now, this is just the moment when best players are not from the States. It was a tough Olympic Games, the USA versus the Serbia. Serbia was that close to winning the gold medal. That was just one indicator that Europe is, or European players are right there. And one thing that I always wanted to talk about, but the American audience take it a bit personally or take it a bit frustrating to acknowledge. But anyway, America, United States of America, there is a whole continent, right? There are what, 1 million, 2 million, I don't know, 10 million players or just youth that are playing basketball for one country, and Europe is like what? A lot more countries. So if we would take whole the Europe versus America, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't even mention Joel Embiid. He's probably could be in the top 5 or top 6, right? And guess what? He played for USA, right? Yeah. He's from Cameroon, or he's from France. Definitely not from the United States, right? He moved to United States, I believe, when he was going into the middle school, something like that. Not sure. You can back me up down in the comment. Anyway, it's enough for now. What do you think about that? What I was talking about? Make sure to comment. Make sure to feel free. What do you think about that? And of course, if you're new here or if you like that kind of analysis, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do a lot of basketball highlights. I do a lot of videos from behind the scenes, especially from Luka Doncic, especially about the Los Angeles Lakers. Be good, be safe out there. Until next time, Gregor was with you from Greg's Court.